Alright, I'm gonna start doing some plus quests in the hopes that it gets me access to things that will allow me to get enough, like, higher level gear to get into the dungeon I need to do in order to continue in the storyline. Right now I'm at 693 Red Mage, which is currently my highest because that is the class that I focused on gearing up, specifically because I can run most of the dungeons I've been doing with Trust, like all of them but one. Like there was one I had to run in an 8-man group, and luckily my White Mage was high enough to take care of that, but I think it's, no, did I do that on Red Mage? I might have done that on Red Mage. I don't know, it doesn't matter. I have a video, go watch it, whatever. But this quest is called, it's level 100, it's called Something Stray in the Neighborhood, which I think is a play on Something Strange in the Neighborhood from that song from the Ghostbusters. Given to us by Nostalgia, that is the character's name, right outside the door to the back room in the Neon Stein in Solution 9. Here we go. This is going to give us a dungeon, access to a dungeon. She is a female human. Mercy, I've been looking all over for you. Apologies for the lack of pleasantries, but there's precious little time to spare. A curious anomaly has wormed its way into living memory, and we fear it could pose a terrible threat if left alone. Please, you must help us. I look like, what? What is it? And I ask, probably, what is it? Wonderful. Oblivion is lucky to count you among its allies. Let's reconvene at the Gate of Remembrance then. I can explain more there. Oh, but fair warning, you may not be able to recognize me at first glance. Is she one of the two twins? I guess they were twins. Sisters? Twins? Whatever. Oh, I don't want to spend 1,300 to teleport there. How do I get here? Living memory. That was the Sky Deep Cenote. Okay, yeah. Yoctel, etc. Well, okay, I'll do my return to Tuliolal. If you don't ever turn up, or you just don't want to wait for it, the cheapest way to do it would probably be from Solution 9, teleporting to Tuliolal 707, and then you take the blimp or airship, whatever it's called, so dirigible landing, etc. I happen to have my return in Tuliolal. I had actually thought about changing it to Solution 9, but I'm glad I didn't. So we take our return to Tuliolal. We go to the dirigible landing via the ether. And then turn around, up the stairs. Go up the stairs. The dirigible attendant will take me over to Yoctel. And I actually spent the time required to do all the plus quests and find all of the ether currents in this zone, because there were actually a couple times when it was I had to fly. I had to come here in order to go down here into the caverns where the Sky Deep Cenote. I think it is slightly faster if you teleport like once you get to this zone, if you teleport down to Mamuk, but I think the difference is so small that like you have to open your map, you have to click on it, you have to do the cast time. I think the difference is so small it doesn't really make a huge difference. But you fly down southwest down the map. When you get down here, there's a hole in the ground somewhere, like in this area, so you don't have to find the entrance to the cave, like the tunnel system. Ooh, these pretty trees. You can just fly down the hole. Fly down the hole. But there's the entrance to the cave, but you can just go up here. Sorry, I zoomed in too far. Here's the hole. I don't think you can, you can't land up here, so you can just hover, and straight down. Continue straight down here. over to the other side in this beautiful big cave. A lot of stalactites, stalagmites. Oops, keep flying. Just keep flying. And you don't want to do this entrance. That's a dungeon. You do the entrance to the inner chamber. Oh, Sky Deep Cenote. I have currently spent 0 gil. And then portal to living memory. Right, the airship didn't cost anything, did it? I don't think it did. I wasn't paying attention to that. I think it might have found them. And then I can fly here? Did I do all the quests? Yeah, I got all the things here as well. But you could just, for this quest specifically, you could just jump down. Because when you're mounted, you don't die. The mount goes to like 1 hit point, and then you're fine. And it regenerates really fast. The destination marker is right at the one of the feet of this arch. And we will wait and get a cutscene. So that's how you do it for free. We're waiting. Looking all awesome in our red mage gear. Looking fly. One of the cyborgs approaches us. Aha! There you are, Mercy. I'm assuming it's the same female voice we just talked to from... Hee, it's me, Nostalgia. Surprised? Oh. With Zeralja gone, Oblivion's been allocating its resources to an investigation of living memory. Utilizing Kaukia's technology, we developed remote-controlled sentries operable from the Backroom, so our surveys are both safe and efficient. Oh, okay. So, the gal we met was not an android in disguise. She's in the back room piloting this android. To think that all this, or maybe robot, because there's no humanoid. I think android means there's some human, but it's a robot. I don't think there's any. It's piloted by a human, but there are no human parts. Anyway, I don't know. To think that all this once lay at Everkeep Summit. I can't help but wonder if a shade of my father ever resided in this grand city of the Endless. Ah, forgive me, I did say I'd explain the circumstances behind all this. During an earlier survey of the area, I encountered one of the Endless. He claimed to be one of the city's caretakers and offered me a guided tour. I accepted, thinking I could conduct my observations at the same time. But that's when we discovered the anomaly, a rift in the very fabric of living memory. I'm like, shocked, what? I'm sure you'd rather see it yourself to believe it, though. Let's make for the Esperance wheels first. That's an interesting word, Esperance. Constance, the Endless who guided me, that is, should still be on duty there. And we leave the cutscene, walking away. I will fly to the east. Tiny bit of a tinge to the north. We're going over to Yesterland. You can take the, if you don't have flying yet, you can just take the zip line. I think those are probably still operable. I would imagine they would have to be. Yeah, they would have to be. There's no Ethernet shard over here. And this is the place with some Ferris wheels and, what are they called? Carousel. It used to be all lit up and beautiful, but now it's, you know, it is what it is. We talk to Constance over here to continue. Cutscene. There's a void, like one of those circular whirling, not whirling, but a portal. A warm Yesterland welcome to you, my friend, or should I say, welcome back. I had not expected you to return as our anomaly-slaying volunteer, says Constance, a human male who I do not remember at all. I do hope I was able to make your first visit to the Gate of Remembrance a special one. Your associate here informed me of what occurred afterwards, namely, Her Majesty's regrettable demise. They both nod. You needn't fret. I harbor no ill will against you. I, for one, would not wish to remain endless at the cost of such terrible sacrifice to worlds beyond. He turns to the portal void thing. Though your efforts saw the city's terminals deactivated, I somehow remain. Still, I am grateful for my survival, as it allowed me to discover this peculiar phenomenon. A lost district of living memory lies beyond this rift, you see. I'm shocked again. Or odd, whatever. AWED. AW, yeah. I previously informed you that our beautiful city was comprised of 4 areas, but this was not always the case. Numerous others once thrived, until one day our reality was irrevocably altered in an attempt to bridge our world to others, and several districts were consumed in the process. Among the areas lost was a resplendent amusement district known as Dreamborough. This rift, however, allows us access through its streets once more. We took a cursory glance of the place for ourselves, since we were curious to know what became of it. And we get a little flash to them running from these big, blobby, white, like snow ghosts. But there's nothing amusing about it. Quite the opposite, actually. We were promptly chased out by a horde of angry ghosts. After decades disconnected from living memories' ether supply, we must assume that the endless who resided there are no more. The once idyllic atmosphere has been marred by a dismal shroud, and I dare say our poor Dreamborough has warped itself into a place of nightmares. It has returned to us as a lost soul world, longing for connection. The beings within have come to call it the Strayborough Deadwalk. Strayborough Deadwalk. Now that it's reconnected with living memory, its presence is a risk to the city, so we'd like you to brave the Deadwalk and shed some light on this mystery. I give her a nod. Pat my chest a couple times. I got this. You have my thanks. I regret that I cannot give you a tour of the place myself, but know that I shall be with you in spirit. And cutscene pans up and away. The completely unlit up area that this is now. And we get access to the Strayborough Deadwalk. Strayborough Deadwalk. Cool. That is it for this quest. I'm going to watch a video of... Can I do it? It's got to be a dungeon. Oh, it's got to be over here. Level 100, obviously. Going to give 50 tomestones of heliometry and 20 of mathematics. As a comparison, UA Iwata Field Station is 80 heliometry and 50 mathematics. Alexandria is the same as the Deadwalk at 50 and 20. Origenics doesn't give any. Sad. The Underkeep... Wait, what's the... You need at least item level 670. So, not a problem at all. Meanwhile, I'm trying to get up to 705 to meet the requirements for the Underkeep. Blah. UA Iwata Field Station, I believe, gives 705 gear. But you're going to have to spam it and hope you get the gear as it drops. Theoretically, I should actually probably be spamming that on my white mage. I don't think my gear level's high enough on that, though. 690. Yeah. I'm, where am I at? 681. I could probably buy 1 or 2 pieces of gear at the market board and get there, but anyway, that's the start of the quest, Something Stray in the Neighborhood, and I'll watch a video, and can I jump in there as white mage, actually? Yeah, I can, so I'll probably do that. Anyway, I'll see you guys soon for that. I might actually do a different video showing the start of a different thing before that. Actually, that's probably what I'm going to do. Anyway, I'll see you next time.